Hey guys, so my basket is full, which means it is time for another what I've been melting video for you. I'm not going to do this by vendor. I really prefer to do by vendor, but I'm on a time crunch today and I need to get this filmed today because I don't know when else I'll be able to get it done. And I'm sick of this basket overflowing. So I'm just going to pull out of the basket and kind of talk about things as I grab them. So the first thing I have here is from Rainbow Melts, and I showed this in my last one too. It was that loopy candy. It was the last part of that chunk. This one was really good. I can still smell it. It was very, very yummy. And the funny thing is, the second time I melted this versus the last time I talked about it, I smelled more of the candy instead of like the Fruit Loops scent of it. It was still really good. It wasn't as strong as it probably would have been if it was fresh, because that's over a year old, but it was still good and I liked it. The next one I have here is the Candles by the Keeping Room. Candles from the Keeping Room. Honeydew Melon and Marshmallow. This was nice. I don't feel like I got... I did not get a long throw from this, nor did I get a super strong throw from this. I think I got maybe like a 6 throw-wise, and I think it only lasted maybe 3 or 4 hours, which isn't normal for me with Carol's wax, so I'm thinking this is just a light scent anyway. So that's kind of what I chalked it up to. But I also think I had this one in my 24-watt warmer, and I prefer Carol's wax in my 20-watt Glade warmer. I feel like the lower wattage for her wax works best. So it was okay. I liked the scent. It just wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. Next one I have here is one I've mentioned before, Sugared Lavender Twist. Loved it. Put it in my bathroom in the 24-watt warmer, and it kicked all day. And it was super... Ooh. It's super strong, even the wax is gone, and the clamshell still smells so strong. I love that this smells so much like pink sugar. I have like 2 or 3 clamshells left, but I'm serious when I say I want to have like a whole sleeve of them because I love it so much. Very good. Another clamshell I have, which is one I just bought and I'm super excited about, and it's finally I bought the orange buttercream cupcakes. This smells like Fruit Loops. I don't know why I never put 2 and 2 together with this before. Smells just like Fruit Loops. I had this in a 20-watt warmer and it kicked really well. It lasted quite a while. I would say this was at about a 7 melting like throw level, and it lasted maybe 6 hours. And I think this would do even better in my Glade warmer, because the other one I use is kind of old and it's not in the best shape warmer wise. So this is really good. I want some more of that as well. Alright, the next thing I melted, I did melt the last chunk I had from the Glitterati Candle Company in apple pie cookies and tails. Now, after my last video, Angie and someone else mentioned on my video that I should cut the chunk in half because the less wax, the better for that. And I feel like that was true because I cut the chunk I had in half and put it in 2 different warmers. And I did feel like I smelled a better throw. Now, it still wasn't as strong as I wanted. It was maybe like at a 5 throw level, and it only lasted a few hours, but I still think it's because it's older wax. So I think if I were to get new wax from Glitterati, that it would perform much better, but for that particular one, it didn't do so great. Alright, so we got some old primitive treasures here. This first one is in caramel apple pie. You guys, I think I might have found my favorite, or my new favorite caramel apple scent from a vendor. This is so good. This reminds me of Candy Caramel Apple from from Better Homes and Gardens that I love so much, because I put that in, and that was the same day I melted the Glitterati one, and so it was like a caramel apple, like appley bakery day, and I put that one in the morning. I got home from work and it was still kicking. It lasted probably 7 hours, maybe even 8 hours, and of course it died down in throw, but when it was like at its like peak, it was at least a solid 8, possibly a 9 throw in my 20-watt Glade warmer. It did so good. I really, really liked that one. I will definitely be ordering that one again, and I would love to try some other of her caramel apple scents because they're so good. Staying with that same vendor, Old Primitive Treasures, I have blueberry muffins. It's hard to see because the way it is, but this one is good. This one, I don't pick up any bakery now. I pick up all straight blueberry. And this reminds me of Wildberry Cheesecake from Better Homes and Gardens. And I love that scent so much. It's a staple in our house. So I think I'm going to try blending with this. Lyra, or I think it's Lyra is how you say her name, has some really good bakery, like cookie notes, sweet bakery notes, I think would be really good with this to add just that little bit of extra something for the fall. Right now, this is perfect because it's all fruity goodness. I think this lasted probably 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours, and it probably got to about an 8th throw. It was very nice, very sweet. I love artificial blueberry scents. I know not everybody does, but I really do like that. And this reminds me of the wild berry cheesecake from Better Homes and Gardens. I like it a lot. Sticking with old primitive treasures one more time, I have the Mountain Dew type that I just got in my last haul. I melted this with something else from a different vendor, which when I get to it, I will tell you about it. Actually, is this it right here? It is. So I melted this with Dessa's Homespun Scents Fruit Loops. These two together were so good. The funny thing is I put them in my 24-watt hot plate warmer, and it didn't, like, it took a while to really, like, kick the throw out, but once it started going, man, was it good. This Mountain Dew is awesome. I love that scent. And then Dessa's Fruit Loops is super strong, and it's probably, I would say with confidence, this is one of my favorite Fruit Loop, like, blends, or no, my favorite Fruit Loop from a vendor. It's very good, very fruity, very sweet. I love it. I think those two together, they were going for about 6 or 7 hours. They had a good strong 5 hours where they kicked the scent out, and I would say they probably got up to about a 7 throw level. The next one I have here is Flying Trapeze Artist by 30 Street Wax. So that's what that looks like, and then here is the description on that. Now, you guys know I try to be as honest as possible with you guys when it comes to these. I have to say I'm disappointed in this one. It smells so good right here in the bag, but I did not get a very good throw from it. I melted this in my 24-watt hot plate warmer, and at first I thought maybe it was too hot of a warmer for it, and so it was sucking up the scent. But I know that's not the case because I've melted 30 Street before, older 30 Street in that same warmer, and I got amazing throw, and it kicked all day. I think this is just, by nature, a lighter scent. It's watermelon taffy, gummy bears, fresh pear, and Mountain Dew. So everything except the Mountain Dew, I can see where it might have been a lighter scent. But that Mountain Dew is usually just by a really strong scent, and even when you smell it in the package, that's what you smell. So I'm not quite sure why this didn't do so well. I do have, I think, 1 or 2 other chunks of this. I'm going to let it sit for a while, see if curing will help it at all. I can't honestly remember if 30 Street is supposed to cure, so I'm going to let it sit for a while. This was just poured on May 29th, so I'll let it go and see how it works. But this one, I would say maybe at a 5 throw level max, because sometimes I would walk by it and get a really big sniff of it. For the most part, though, this was a disappointment, so that's kind of a bummer. I finished the last chunk, the last bit of the birthday cake blackberry jam butter cookie from Sassy Girl Aroma, and that was yummy. I would say I probably got a good 5 hours out of it, and it was probably about a 6 or 7 throw. That's just a really good, a nice bakery blend that I really enjoyed. Next one is another one from Candles from the Keeping Room, and it's watermelon and sweet apricot. This one I had really high hopes for, and performance-wise, it was flawless. It was great. It lasted probably about between 4 to 6 hours, somewhere in that window, and it was at least a 7 throw, and it was in my bathroom, so I felt like that was good. But I picked up, I don't know, I've never had an apricot scent before, so maybe this is just because I've not experienced apricot, but I picked up a slight floral tone to this, and I didn't care for that, and my husband didn't either, and so I would have preferred more watermelon over the sweet apricot, but you know, it didn't give me a headache. It wasn't as fruity as I wanted it to be, so I probably wouldn't purchase this again, only because it wasn't exactly what I was anticipating it to be, but it did perform well, so I mean, that's always a bonus. Alright, so the next one I have here, which is funny because I didn't realize the macaroons from Front Porch would bust apart if you cut them in half, but so this is a Front Porch macaroon in What Kids Love, Fruity Loops, and Mountain Dew Pop. This I melted the same day as the chunk from 30 Street that had the Mountain Dew in it, and this one was so good. I had a lot, woo, that's strong. I had very high hopes for this one. It wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be throw-wise. It was probably a 6 throw-wise, but it lasted maybe 5 to 6 hours depending. And it's really good. I'm going to try this in my 24-watt warmer next time and see if I get a better result. But yeah, I love this combination. Fruit Loops right now, any fruity bright blend, so like anything with Mountain Dew, anything with Fruit Loops, anything with pomegranate or lime or satsuma, all of those are kind of what I'm digging right now. They're all kind of in that same family. So this was perfect. I loved this a lot, and I'm hoping it'll do even better in the 24-watt warmer. Next one is I finished a clamshell from Better Homes and Gardens of fresh pulled taffy. I really like this scent. Like it grew on me. This one performs really well in my bedroom. And I would say this one, the day I melted it, I probably got a good 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours out of it. And I don't feel like it ever goes above like an 8 throw. But that's okay because in my bedroom, my husband doesn't like super strong scents anyway. So that works for me. So that's good. And I did buy a backup of that just so I have it on hand. The next one is a Candles from the Keeping Room. And this one is Lemon Ice Cream Scoop Bread. I love this scent. I forgot that I had it. I put it in my, so my wax is categorized by scent, not by vendor or anything like, or by age or anything. So this was in my zucchini and sweetbread box, and I don't usually go in there a lot in the summer, so, oh, it's so good. But this one, I put one little bread tart in my 20-watt hot plate warmer by Glade, and I would say the throw was like a 7. And it lasted maybe 4 or 5 hours. So this one didn't perform quite as high as I've had Carol's Wax perform before, but it was still good. It was still there. And that day I only melted this because I only wasn't going to be home very long. So I only wanted to use one warmer. And this actually was the only one I did that day. It wasn't bad. It just, I wish it would have been a little stronger. And next time I might use 2 tarts and see if that helps. But I do enjoy that scent a lot. Our next one I have here is a Ava's Country Cupboard one in Goodnight Kisses. This one is yummy. I believe this is lavender and vanilla. Or I'm sorry, no, lavender and marshmallow. I like this one. My husband likes this one too. I put it in my bedroom because he likes it so much. That Goodnight Kisses is a scent I would like to have for our bathroom and our bedroom on hand at all times. My husband really likes it, and I actually really like it too. It's a lavender that I can handle and I enjoy. So Lindsay, I think, is getting ready to go on a break. She's about to have her baby. So I think when she comes back in July, I might try to get some more of that. The next one I have is another Candles from the Keeping Room, Strawberry Raspberry Tort. This one was really good. I really enjoyed this one. It's just a very good fruity bakery. It was a very even toned. The strawberry and raspberry really blended well together, which I enjoyed. And I'm kind of picky on strawberry and raspberry scents, but when they're together, they seem to be pretty good, so I like it. I would say this one got me about 4 good solid hours of a 7 level throw, and so I was happy with that. It was good. Alright, the next one I have here is another Ava's in Blueberry Lemon Zucchini. This was super good. I melted this, actually. So when I melted the Candles from the Keeping Room, I only could have it on for like 3 hours, and then I had to shut it off. And I knew there was going to be more scent left. So I started the next day, and I threw this in with it, because I figure, you know, them blending together, it can only get better. And it did get better. It was so good. This is really good. Her zucchini is hit or miss for me from Ava's. There's a few blends that she has that I don't care for, but this one I really liked. And the blueberry and lemon, they're always good together, especially from her. So I would say this one, when I did put it in with that, was probably a good like 6 or 7 throw and lasted about 3 or 4 hours. So, alright, so I got some Dessas here, and I believe, oh yes, I'm so glad these are all stuck together so I can talk about them. So, I melted all these in the same day, and I'm glad I did, because they blended so well together. This first one is Orange Kissed Cupcake, and I will be getting more of this when I order from Dessas next, because it is so good. It reminds me a little bit of her Fruit Loops, but it was almost like with a touch of orange or satsuma in it. So, so good. This is probably one of my favorite orange scents I've ever melted. This I put in my, excuse me, my 20-watt Glade warmer. I say this easy gave me 6 hours at like a 7-8 throw. It was so good. And then here in the living room, I did this one in Orange Grove. And this one was really good too. This is more of, I'm thinking like different oranges put together, because I can I can smell that there was more than just like a plain orange. So this one was good. And then when it blended with the Orange Kiss cupcakes, oh, it was so nice. These two melted together, I feel like in the same room where they can intermingle, is like the perfect orange blend like combination. It was so good. And I got the same result from that one. A good throw, probably 6-ish hours or so. So those two were really nice. This one, however, I melted from Dessa's the same day, but I think in my bathroom, was Mango Tango. And I don't think I care for this one. So it makes me wonder if I don't care for mango scents, because again, kind of like with that watermelon and the apricot from Candles in the Keeping Room, I kind of detected almost like a floral tone to it. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like a cleaner, like fresher scent with fruit or what. But I don't think I cared for this much. I know I had to shut it off because I didn't like it very much. It was kind of strong, and that floral was, I feel like there was a floral note to it. So what I did is I think I melted this for about 3 or 4 hours, and it gave me a really good strong throw, but it just was too much for me, so I turned it off. Alright, so the next one I have here is one of my favorites I've melted in the last 2 weeks. It's from Front Porch Candle Co., and it's Wild Berry Mousse Zucchini Noel. This one is very good. Oh, I really love wild berry mousse and zucchini bread, or even just wild berry mousse by itself, and then adding vanilla bean Noel in it. It is so yummy. I love it. One of my favorites by far that I melted this week. That one gave me great performance. It was probably, I would say, about maybe 5, maybe 6 hours at the most, and it was an 8 throw like the entire time. It was super consistent with the melting. So the next one I have is from Ava's Country Cupboard, Blackberry Lemon Birthday Cake. This one is probably one of my favorites. I love her blueberry and lemon, but I also really dig her blackberry and lemon. It was very good. The blackberry was the dominant fruit scent in this one, which was okay by me, and then the birthday cake kind of creamed it, make it a little more smoother, of a bakery note, and the lemon was there, but it was like an accent scent. It wasn't like a dominant one. So this one I think gave me about 4 or 5 hours, and it lasted, I would say, or about 4 or 5 hours, and it was probably at like a 6 or 7 throw, and it was yummy. I like that one. Alright, another Sassy Girl Aromas chunk here, and pink strawberry frosting cake. I finished this one. I talked about it in my last video, so I won't go too into detail. I think I got maybe 4 or 5 hours out of it at like a 6 or 7 melting level, so I was happy with that. Alright, so this next one is Up the Creek in Spearmint Peppermint. This one was really good. I know I melted this with something, and I can't remember off the top of my head what I melted it with, but it was very nice. I think I need some more of this scent. I really am into spearmint scents right now, so I think I need some more spearmint, especially for the winter. Peppermint's okay, but I feel like there's a sweetness to spearmint that there isn't in peppermint, so I really like that. And I feel like that would be really good blended with some things that I like, so like a candy scent, or even like pink sugar and spearmint. I think that would be really nice. Or chocolate and spearmint. That might be okay. I don't know. I might check that out when it comes to wintertime. Next one I have is the Eva Scent Blackberry Cheesecake. I've kind of talked about that one before. I think it gave me like a 4-hour time frame where it melted really well. It was probably about like a 7 throw. It's very very sweet, very good on the blackberry, and then the cheesecake kind of gives it this note that is not only bakery but like a little bit of extra, not sour, but like tart, and it was actually really good. So alright, this next one I have is VCS Strawberry Jackie O. I have a homemade label there. This one was really good. I was quite surprised in this. When I destashed a whole bunch of my VCS that I did on a whim and then decided I shouldn't have done, but it's done and over with now, so that's my fault, and maybe I'll just have to order from her to make up for it. This one is so good. I had this in a Blossom bag, I think, and I saved one roast for myself, so I would at least be able to have it, and it was really good. I think I got like a 6-hour window of this, and it was at a 7, maybe an 8 melting level. It was so good. I was sad to have it be gone, but I really enjoyed it. So kind of restored my faith in some of my VCS scents again. So that I don't know what that is. Okay, so you guys have heard me talk about this before. It is my holy grail pink sugar scent from anybody, anywhere, and especially from Sassy Girl Aroma, and it is everything but her kitchen sink. I can't even begin to tell you how much this scent just makes me happy and how I love it. So that one is super good. If you guys like pink sugar and sweet bakery or creamy bakery, get it. Don't even question it. Just get it. You will love it. It just gets better with time too. Like the longer it sits is so good. I'm super sad that I only had that little bit left. I really need it in a Danish tray. I really need to just get some more Sassy Girl Aroma because I feel like I'm running low. Alright, so I'm trying to wrap this up quick. So another iced mocha latte. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to go into detail on it. If you want to see me talk more about it, check out my last couple What I've Been Melting videos. Love it. Great performance. Great throw. It's a staple in our house. Alright, so then we have a cotton candy birthday cake from Ava's. I was disappointed in... Oh, this is what I put with that spearmint peppermint one. This one, I know the peppermint and spearmint probably overpowered it, but this one was really light throw. I think cotton candy normally is anyway, but put with bread I thought maybe it would stand out a little bit more. And it's just a sweet note. Like there's nothing really stand out about it, so I was kind of disappointed in that one. The next one is Trick or Treat. My husband chose this one, and I'm glad that he melted it on the day I was at home. I don't think I care for it. It was kind of spicy. Yeah. Almost like not an apple scent, but like there's like a cinnamon spice to it that I just didn't care for. It did well though. It lasted probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours, and it was like at an 8 or 9 melting level. It was crazy strong. I didn't care for it. This one is Beverly Hills Hotel by VCS. I'm drawing a blank on what this one is, but let me take a sniff. But I believe I liked it. I think I remember the day I melted this one and what I melted it with. And it was really good. Some of my VCS, though, that's older, I'm only getting maybe like a 6 melting level from, and only for about 3 or 4 hours. So hopefully, if I can order from her again soon, I can get some fresh stock, melt through some of my older stuff, and then I'll be replenished. I'm melting, obviously, you guys can see, a lot more than I used to melt. So I'm able to go through my wax so that it's sitting super long. And I really like being able to do that because then I don't feel so bad. Alright, we're getting down to the bottom here, guys. Oh, I melted a lot of VCS. I forgot about all this. First, I have Blackberry Flapjacks from Ava's. This is so good. I think this is my favorite blackberry scent from her. It's got that nice, it's not like a syrupy scent, but you can tell there's like a breakfast note, kind of like the pancake or flapjacks with syrup, and then the blackberry, almost like a blackberry marmalade on top. It's super good, super sweet. That one lasted, I would say, about 5 to 6 straight hours at like a 7 melting level. It was good. Another Ava's is 7-Up Zucchini. I like this one. I really like this one. It is super strong on the 7-Up, which is what I prefer it to be anyway. I really like 7-Up scents because, you know, I like fizzy and Mountain Dew scents. So I like this. It was stronger on the 7-Up than on Zucchini, so that was better. It wasn't super strong, though, melting, so I think this was about a 3 or 4 hour window, and I think it got like a 6 melting. So I would try that again and maybe melt it with something else and see if that helps. So one of these days, guys, I'm going to get a really good camera and have much better quality videos from you instead of having to use my phone and it being such a pain in the ass. Anyway, alright, so the two I have here from Ava's is Blueberry Lemon Loops and Blueberry Birthday Cake. Love these two so much. I think I put them together. The Blueberry Lemon Loops is really good because the blueberry and lemon really blend together, but the Fruit Loops scent comes out in it and it makes it even fruitier, which you couldn't think is possible, but it is. The Blueberry Birthday Cake is one of my favorite blueberry scents from her. It has that sweet blueberry with a nice bakery note to it, and I really enjoyed this one. Putting them together just blew my mind. It was so good. I think I got about 6 hours out of both of them, or like have mixed together. And it probably was like a 7 or 8 throw level. It was really good. I enjoyed that day. And then, oh, I also melted, that's why I have so much Ava's. I did like a melting spree. I melted lemon pound cake from her and fruity buttercream cupcakes together. This fruity buttercream cupcakes was so good. And the Fruit Loops was kind of light on scent, but then I mixed it with this lemon one, and it just brought it out so nice. I got the same result from that I did the other ones. The day I did an all Ava's melting day was so good. I love blending my own stuff. I feel like it turns out really well most of the time. Alright, this next one here, so sad to see it be gone, but I had to melt it again because it was so good. It was True Blonde by Rainbow Melts. So this had that pomegranate with strawberry and then sparkling champagne. This is so good. I love it. I may or may not be expecting a few orders that have lots of nice pomegranate stuff in it, so I can't wait to show you guys those. Just a few more scents here. This next one I have is from Dessa's, and it's Berry Coconut Zinger. Now, I did tell you guys in my haul, and I've also mentioned before, coconut is a headache trigger for me, and I was kind of worried about this one. But it was actually really good. I was really impressed because the coconut wasn't super strong. It was just a nice, like, subtle coconut, and so it didn't give me a headache. I melted this in my bedroom where I knew I wouldn't be there all day, so it wouldn't give me a headache, and I was actually very pleased with this one. It gave probably a good 7 or 8 melting level, and it lasted probably about 5 or 6 hours-ish, so I was pleasantly surprised with that one. Alright, the next two things I have here are some VCS, and the last two things on all of this. So the first one here is a favorite of mine, and I'm sad that it's gone because it was so, so good. It's Backwoods Barbie Drinks the Shirley Temple. And I believe this is the Strawberry Satsuma with the Bob Pop Martini or something like that. Basically, it has like a cherry fizziness to it, and then with strawberry and Satsuma. I think I like this one so much more than just Backwoods Barbie because it has that fizziness in it, and I loved it. It turned out really, really well. I wish I would have a Blossom bag of this instead of the regular Backwoods Barbie, so maybe I'll see if anybody is willing to trade if they have that in the trade group. And then the last one I had was Arsenic and Old Lace, which I have a history with this with my grandma. I mentioned this probably in the haul where I got these scents. It was good. I believe this was a nice fruity scent. It didn't give me a great throw. It was probably like a 6, maybe a 5 or a 6, and it only lasted a few hours, but while it was going, it was still nice. I hate that some of these are so like disappointing to me. I think it's just because I let them sit for so long, and maybe I know that other people have better luck as they get older though, so it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's my nose, I'm not sure, but I do still want to get some more of her new stuff. She's having a restock this week, so I will see what I can do about getting some. So that is the end of my What Have Been Melting video. Whew! I know these babies get really long, and I apologize. I'm trying to edit out as much as I can whenever I can. But I have some more fun videos coming for you guys. I have some more haul videos. I have my Lilac Sensation haul that I finally did purchase from them. I will get that probably tomorrow or the next day. So I think that video will be up Thursday. Today is Tuesday the 16th. This one I'm going to try to get up, if not today, then sometime tomorrow. And then also, I just placed my very first Super Tarts haul. I'm so excited! She did a clamshell restock today. So if you are watching this in real time, she's going to be open until Thursday the 18th, sometime in the, I think, the evening. So if you can order from now until then, it's all unlimited. It was probably one of the most stress-free, relaxing restocks I've ever been part of. I didn't have to worry about my cart being jacked or like not having stuff in stock and having to like stock the website or anything. It was so nice. I got 12 different clamshells, well 12 clamshells, but 10 different scents. So I'm really excited for them. And then also, of course, I placed a few more front porch hauls. So you'll be seeing, or a few more front porch orders. So you'll be seeing another haul from them not too far from now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I like making these videos, but boy, do they take forever to do. So I hope you're enjoying them as much as I am enjoying making them for you. So until my next video, guys, I will see you later. Bye!